The up-and-coming stars of the game are here, looking to make a name for themselves. And of course, the familiar faces are back, chasing even greater glory. The young amateurs are here, and so are the old pros. It's 2006, it's the BCGA Open, and yes, that means Sidcup. Well, hello and welcome, I'm Jonathan Wilson, and with me as always in the commentary box is our resident legend and five-time Open champion, Pedro Ballesteros. Welcome, Pedro.
It was 6 championships I win, but hello.
Well, it's a cracking day here. The players are raring to go, and I must say, old Ted Barraclough and his staff have done a wonderful job again this year. The AstroTurf really looking very realistic. And the lake there is a wonderful backdrop and some bubbles on the water, I think. Probably a curious trout coming up to watch the Open here with us. Frankly, who can blame him? Well, I'm told we can now join play at the first tee. We're with Henry Winterbourne-Smith III, world-ranked 4th by the BCGA, and having a wonderful time this year so far. That back injury he picked up in Eastbourne fully cleared up now, so we're told. And he'll fancy his chances here today, Pedro.
Yes, he likes the surface. It's very good for his style of play. He's the classic swing you not see much more.
Well, it looks like he's decided to go with the long iron here. Caution perhaps early on in his rounds. Easy to drive right past the hole here and off into the heavy rough. And that's not bad at all. He ought to be down in 2 from there.
Yes, he's a world piece there, John. His face light up there. Bless him, little socks.
So a good start for Henry. Now let's see how the current leader is faring. We'll go to the 4th. This is Mike Johnson, of course, needing absolutely no introduction. He's the overnight leader, 3 under par. In fact, we caught up with him earlier during practice, and he was feeling pretty confident.
Been playing really well all season, struck the ball beautifully this week, 6 strokes clear, shouldn't see any problems at all actually.
So you're expecting to win?
Oh, absolutely, no question at all.
Well, I'd certainly question his situation here. He's left himself in a real pickle. Visibility not good, it's, at least 4 feet up to the hole. Wind shouldn't be a factor. The shrubbery on the left is blocking the worst of the gusts.
No, wind is no problem, not unless he had a curry last night, hey?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh dear, that has gone horribly wrong. And I know the plastic carpeting runs pretty fast up towards the flag, but might have been a contributory factor. He won't be happy with that. So it's Henry Winterbourne-Smith, and he's going to be putting for a par here. It's got quite a nice lie. Should be a relatively routine effort for a player of his quality.
For me this is not a problem, but you cannot expect everybody to be at my level.
So Winterbourne-Smith. Line looks good. Oh, slight bobble there. And that seemed to skew the ball off. Well, he doesn't look happy. He's complaining about something. Could be an obstruction on the putting surface, maybe.
Yes, he's got to come to have a look.
What's he got there, Pedro?
It's filthy. It's cigarette butt left by dirty golfer. Yes, here we go, see again. Go slow-mo.
Yes, you're right. A discarded cigarette butt in the path of the ball. Seems to have cost him a shot there. Nothing he can do, of course. It's termed as a natural hazard in the rule book. Just an element of the game, I'm afraid. And Henry, not happy about it.
Oh yes, I know how he feels. He's like angry, like a mad wife.
Now let's have a little look at the 8th for a moment. New look to this hole for 2006. I'm sure you can see the dreaded windmill's been removed, and I think the players got to be happy about that, Pedro.
I think so, John. I mean, who I did to put windmill on golf course anyway? It's probably the Dutch, I am thinking, with their wacky-backy ideas.
Yes, I expect so. Anyway, here's Mike Johnson approaching the 13th, and he's partnering James' 4th horse today, the last remaining amateur to make the cut, and great to see him still involved. Of course, as an amateur, he doesn't employ a caddy like most of the tour players.
Mike no have caddy even though, John?
Indeed not, no. He used to have a young lad caddy for him, but there was a bit of a misunderstanding in a bunker back in April. Legal proceedings followed, and I think he's decided it's just safer to manage without. Certainly a confident striker of the ball, Mike. Lovely shape to his swing, Pedro.
Yes, he's a beautiful, like a mighty stallion.
That looks big, though. He may have overhit that, if anything, but I think... yeah, he's got away with it. Nice drive.
Oh, that's delighted. What great choice.
Now, third shots for Andy Farrell here. And there's that familiar Farrell shank. There's been a few jokes about that in the clubhouse, I can tell you. Now then. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Well, his caddy has run down to have a look, but I think he'll be lucky to find that one. Well, that is very out of character. I just wonder if the incident on the last green has rattled him, because there were suspicions of some cheating going on here, Pedro.
For me, this is not cheap, John. It's a swift of-hand move. It's one I use myself many times to improve lie. If no one sees, then it's no foul, John.
Well, I think Andy saw it, but not the officials, apparently, so no penalty. And Andy just needing to watch his conduct a little bit here. You know, it's a gentleman's game, and perhaps the council estate upbringing just showing through a little there in the young man. And that was compounded for him when Henry putted out for a birdie. So we're going to go back now to the long par 5 and pick up James T. Fourth horse in a tight spot here, just off the fairway. Got to make the right connection. That looks good. Still looking good. He's eyeing it up. This could be close. It's in the hole. Smashing finish for James. That'll make his day. Let's take a look back now at the leaderboard as it stands right now. Well, it's tight at the top, isn't it, with Winterbourne Smith a stroke clear of Farrell and fourth horse finishing one over. Slightly disappointing, perhaps. Let's hear what he had to say.
Sidcup today hasn't been very good. I've got to take my form of Torquay from a couple of years ago. I've got Margate coming up and then Southend, and I think, you know, I'm going to sit down now, have a toasted sandwich and a cup of tea and try and rebuild the swing.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Well, it looked like rain, and the wind certainly got up here, but they're bravely playing on. Andy Farrell looking to close the gap on the lead, and just discussing tactics here with his caddy. What are they thinking here, Pedro?
Yes, they're thinking to get in the hole and not spunk into bush hedge like, again, schoolboy's an idiot.
Wise words indeed. Let's see what he can do then. Very precise setup. Look to make a good swing. And it's in on the last roll. And just look at that reaction. He knows that has taken him level now with Henry. And Henry knows it too.
He certainly does know it. And it's not really helped by the long walk he go through here now to the 18th hole. But with the nature, it's like walking through the woods. And it's very beautiful, and it's lovely country smells.
Yes, the scenery here at Sidcup really is magnificent. And it is lovely to see the course in such superb condition. So we're down to the final hole. And it's going to be Henry Winterbourne Smith to play first. And he's left himself with quite an enormous putt, really.
Yes, for sure. But if anybody do it, he can do it now.
Absolutely. And this is for the title. Ooh, he's missed it. Missed it by an inch. That's all it takes sometimes. And boy, does he know it. Dear, oh dear. So it should be a tap-in for a par. And it really will be then in Andy's hands.
Andy be cacking it now, John. I know so. The pressure make you sick in the throat and your little man shrinker.
Sure, you're right there, Pedro. But wouldn't this be a story if he could make this shot for the title? Think of the pressure on this. Sweet strike. It's on the way. It's in. He's done it. Just when it mattered most. And what scenes here. Just look at the reaction from young Andy Farrell. Just 26 years of age. And now the BCGA Open champion. It means as much to his caddy, which is wonderful to see. And a handshake from Henry. Very sporting. The bitterness of defeat put aside for a moment. And that's good for the game. But this really is all about Andy now. What a day for him. What a day. It might just be a few tears there, I think, but who can blame him?
Well, for me, tears is only for the girls, but he knows Spanish man stallion, but he's a champion and there's no denying that.
So, this is how it finished. Andy Farrell topping the table. I think we can hear now from the loser.
A lot of luck involved in this game, you know, but good luck to Andy. Well done, Andy. He's done a good job. Obviously, today's his day, you know, and I've had my days, and I will have more days. He doesn't have sponsorship deals like I've got, but you know, he's a very lucky player. A game of luck. Well done him.
Well, what a battle we've had at Sidcup today, and that is what it's all been about.
Beautiful, John. I would love to get my hands on that.
Yes, indeed. And Rupert Spalding, the BCGA chairman there. I believe now we can hear from the champ.
Andy Farrell, the 2006 Open champion. How does it feel?
It's unbelievable. Really does. You know, I've been dreaming about this moment since I was a little lad, hitting the shots around Butlins. Just it's just great. Really
great. Your wife and your newborn son are here as well. A great day for them.
She is. The missus is here. Yeah, she's an angel. She's just popped one out and she's still making the sandwiches for me. She's great.
Marvellous. And anything to say about your opponent today, Henry?
He's a tosser.
And so I think they're ready for you. I'm sure you're keen to get your hands on that trophy. And thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
So Andy Farrell steps up to collect the BCGA 2006 Open Championship trophy. What a fantastic moment for this young man, Pedro.
It's beautiful, John. His words can't speak.
Yes, super scenes to end what's been a splendid contest. Thanks to my co-host, a pleasure as always.
It's very much okay, John. It's always a pleasure, and it's very much okay.
We'll be back again, of course, for Western Supermare. But until then, we'll leave you with that shot once again.